everyone. I'm Vasile, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm here to present you Beez, which is a very fast growing company who specializes in consumer finances and brings a lot of benefits to users and merchants alike. Our company purpose is changing the way people shop, finance their spending, and increase saving rates. Also, we want to change the consumer finance marketing by disrupting the credit card industry. People don't like credit cards, we know that, but they love buying products. Therefore, get credit card that they don't fully understand, they don't know the cost of it, and end up paying unnecessary interest and commissions to the bank. So we want to do something about it. We want, our approach is to eliminate the bank from the equation and give user access to buy now, pay later business model and support the financing cost directly from the retailer. Our product now gives you spending benefits, cashback on every transaction, gives you an automated saving tools, and credit with no interest, no fees, and no commissions. How does it work? I mean, first of all, you buy the product now, eventually, and you pay them back in 60 days. Cashback from over 480 stores, and price drop guarantees for 30 days. And I'm going to tell you right away about this. Let me give you an example. I mean, if you buy a product for 1,000 lei for one of our partners, who has 5%, you get you get to pay back 1,000 lei in 60 days. It gets 50% in your Beez account, and if the price goes low for 30 days after the purchase, we'll give you the difference back in your Beez account. Our approach is to make our competition irrelevant, and our unique selling proposition is fairly based in the consumer market. And talk about markets. The U.S. Online spending with credit cards is more than $1 trillion, and there's a lot of disruption needs to go there. Just taking into consideration how much problems do they have with the credit card and with the debt. Our user acquisition right now are pretty small, and in our business model we have two revenue streams: the cashback channel, where we get from 0.7 to 3% on every transaction, and the Beez Pay model, where we get 5% to 10% per every transaction plus the cashback. The Beez Pay model, the Beez Pay feature is the one with the crediting, feature. Until this point, we have 2.5 million euros in transactions. 60% of that was made just in the last 3 months, sorry. And we think that we'll have this $30 million in total value of transaction by this month next year. We have a very dedicated team with a lot of experience in the startup field, and also interesting, my first job was here across the street at the university. So it's very good to be on the side. And so far, 10 months from launch, we have invested more than 200,000 euros. 100,000 is from our investors. 100,000 is our own money, and we burn a lot of cash. And as another metric, we are 76,000 users. I guess more at this time, and our user really love the app because from more than 2,000 reviews, we have 4.8 on Google Play as ratings. Currently, we're in the process of raising another 300,000 euros. We still need another 100,000. We covered 200,000 of it. And we're planning to launch the product in UK in 2 months. And also we want on board, and we're onboarding now a lot of local talent to help us grow the business. Thank you.
Thank you. So you're saying that you're burning 20,000 per month. How much money are you making per month right now?
Right now our total revenue is around 15,000 euros, but our own money of it is the markup on the transaction, which is like 3,000 euros right now, every month.
So in order to get to break-even point, I was just wondering how much should your transaction per month?
In the next 2 years, we don't even see it.
No, I was just wondering, like, if you want to cover the 20,000.
It depends on how well our buy now, pay later model will perform.
Okay.
Because it's now on testing. We have it on 300 users here in Romania, which is not a very relevant market for this product. But more than 10 million euros.
Okay. And one more question, and I'll stop. So, if you said that you want to raise 300,000, but you also want to launch in UK, how much money do you want to spend for launching in UK?
I mean, in UK we will launch an experiment to test the market, to see what the cost of acquisition are, how does that market respond to our marketing channel as we use them in Romania. And establish a very small office there in the co-working space, and then reach for another £1 million by the end of this year.
Honestly speaking, I like this idea a lot. Although it excludes the bank, I still like it. The question would be, you don't consider banks as a competition at all, because as far as I know, the banks already started to reshape and to redesign this consumer finance lending. For example, they have partnerships with IKEA, in which they allow the customers to buy now and pay in maximum 60 installments with no interest rate and without collateral as a cashback I saw in the platform.
Yes, the banks are almost the biggest competitor for us with the product that they have in the consumer finance market. But our approach is to create the trust and to be the platform that consumers trust in order to move the credit from the retailers directly to the shopper. So we see them as a competitor, but we think that we can build a way better model in which and gain a lot of traction in this area, because banks, even though if they have, for example, a product with no interest, mainly they based on on people not paying on time, or they have administration fees on the credit cards, and mainly I think that they're losing, even if they have this selling proposition, on the long run they're losing because they're not focusing on making money off the selling proposition. They're focusing on making money out of getting the client and charging for something else or for other banking services.
Thank you.
You said that you have 1,800 daily active users right now?
Yeah.
So can you tell us a bit about the profile of those customers, those users?
I mean, right now, because with our biggest retailers are in fashion, and the biggest margin are in fashion, so the most active person will be female, around 28 to 45 from the urban areas.
One last question. For instance, in Romania, you can very often not pay with American Express because the retailers claim they take too much. You stated you would take between 0.7 and 3%. According to my knowledge, American Express takes less than 3%. How you onboard the retailers then?
I mean, for the retail, if you come to think about it, our value proposition is way more powerful because we're an extra selling channel. We bring the community also. If you have for example, American Express card, it doesn't implies it does not imply that it'll bring sales to merchants. So if you come to think about it, we are also a loyalty program for the merchant and creating an extra revenue sales channel for them. So the retailers are more than happy to join because they want more sales and we can give them to this. We just don't see the bank how fitting into this equation. So download the app, it's free, and you can enjoy all the benefits.
Thanks a lot, Martina.